Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. We sincerely hope that you are having a wonderful day. If you enjoyed today's presentation and find it informative, please feel free to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share the content. Today's video subject: 10 signs your cat will live a long time. Not too long ago, we made a video about the golden years and the positive ways that you can help your cat live longer. Today's video is all about those positive signs that could mean that your pet is moving in the right direction. As we always say, nothing is foolproof, and there is no such thing as a guarantee when it comes to your cat's health and well-being. This goes for all of us, actually. However, there are certain signs to look for that could indicate that your cat is doing all right, ahead of the game, if you will. Indicators that your cat is on the right track and doing quite well, given the age of your aging feline. Today we'll mention 10 signs that your cat could be headed for that golden glory, the true star of senior cat wellness. In no particular order, let's first talk about the mental side of life, overall sharpness. If your cat is 10, 11, 12, 15, 18, 20 plus years of age and still as sharp as a tack, you've got a good thing going as an owner. Because cognitive decline is quite common in senior felines, most notably in cats 15 or 16 years and older, if your cat is elderly yet still very sharp, this is obviously a very good sign. Alert, attentive, responding to commands. If your cat still has a strong mental status or mental stamina at this stage in life, then your cat could live a very, very long time. Next up, let's talk about mealtime. Similar to the mental aspect of things, if your cat is elderly, yet can still put on the feed bag, this is a good thing. It's not uncommon for senior felines to wane a bit when it comes to appetite, eating less and less as the years press on. However, if your cat has a robust appetite and is continuing to eat properly, this is indeed a positive, especially when coupled with that mental stamina that we just noted. That, my friends, is 2 for 2. Now let's mosey on along and talk about sign number 3, body type. A firm visual appeal, attractive appeal. If your cat is, let's say, 17 and can still pass for 7 in the looks department, this is obviously a good thing. Cats, just like people, often let go when during the aging process when it comes to general health and appearance. It happens. However, if your pet is exercising regularly and eating healthy, your cat might be able to press that pause button on Father Time. Everything begins and ends with positive health. Contrary to some popular belief, cats don't just have to fold up tent around the age of 12 or so and call it a career. If your cat has always led a positive lifestyle, keep it going. For your feline in those later years, your cat could be knocking on the 20-something's door if everything falls into place. And just an FYI, one of my cats lived to be 20 or 21, as I've mentioned several times before, so 20 and beyond is certainly possible. Another sign, number 4 on our list, is that your cat is on the right side of those golden years, that golden crown. The sign is overall behavior. Is your cat, let's call it, the same? I don't mean just mentally in terms of attentiveness and such, but is your pet giving you the same personality day in and day out? What about the meowing? Same tone, same pitch? Or are we now just meowing up a storm and a bit on edge? It's not uncommon for older cats to undergo a bit of a late life crisis, if you will, somewhat of a personality swap to some extent. However, if your cat is, say, 12 or 13 and still behaving the same way they did at 6, good things could be coming your way. And yet another FYI, if you haven't already noticed, elderly cats and elderly people, the list is almost interchangeable to some degree. Moving right along to reason number 5, and I'll do my best to speed things up a bit here. I don't want to keep you any longer than needed. I know that short vids can be a bit of a pain for the obvious reasons, but I don't want you on the flip side to hang around for 20 minutes, so I aim to accommodate if and when I can. At any rate, number 5 is all about physical activity. If your elderly feline not only still has a strong desire to play, but is able to play with no obvious restrictions, this is a good sign that your pet has or still has, I should say, plenty of energy left in that tank. It's common for cats and for people just to chill out a lot more with time. Senior cats will often trade in that playtime for additional sleep time. If your cat is still eager and ready to roll, hey, that's a positive. Reason number 6, and speaking of sleep, is your cat sleeping around the same amount of hours as before? No prolonged nap times, or has that napping time now cut into what used to be playtime or even mealtime? If your cat's internal clock is about the same, hey, another good sign. Reason number 7, or sign number 7, concerns dental hygiene. Old cats, old people, yeah, issues with the teeth and the gums are common. If your cat is, say, 14 years old and still has positive dental health, this is obviously, here again, my favorite word today, a good thing. Good thing, those 2 words, good thing. Those 2 words, good thing, are good things. And since we're on the topic of health, it would be silly not to mention the importance of vet visits and those routine checkups. That's at the heart of this entire topic. It's all about keeping your cat healthy, and this can be achieved by just staying on top of things. Whether we're talking about joints, teeth, and everything in between, routine vet visits can play a massive role in your cat's journey to senior status and enjoying and making the most of those golden years. Sign number 8, it's all about grooming. If your cat's grooming habits are as strong as ever, that's a sign that your cat is interested in its appearance. It's also a sign that your cat is physically able to groom. That your pet can still reach those hard-to-get spots, and let's be honest, some cats almost have to turn themselves into a pretzel to groom, and when they're young, I think it's likely that they even take that for granted, but senior level, some cats just are not physically able to do that any longer. So, long story short, cats live to groom. Quite often, one of the ways that you can tell if something is wrong with your cat, or any cat for that matter, is a lack of grooming. Greasy, unkempt, and matted fur. A cat would never willingly choose to look rough, feel rough. But if your older cat is still very much in the grooming game and looking sharp, here again, what are my favorite words today? Good sign, good thing. Number 9, let's talk about athleticism, right? Those great athletic cats, those NFL type caliber felines. Earlier on, I spoke about the desire to play and the ability to play. Let's take it one step further. Can your cat still jump? Is jumping on the sofa just as easy as it's always been? If your cat is of senior status and can still jump and land with relative ease, hey, you've won the lottery as an owner in terms of this specific, I guess you'd call it subsection, because arthritis and joint pain, it's a real bummer, and it can plague many, many senior cats. Even older felines in otherwise good health often have a very difficult time making it around the house, and those jumping days, well, they have to think twice about it. I've seen cats just stare at a sofa before, almost like they have to get all of their ducks in a row before they even attempt to jump. It's no longer just a willy-nilly thing where they can just jump without giving it a first or second thought. Jumping can be quite dangerous for senior cats, actually, but if your pet can still get around in this fashion, that's a sign that your cat could be on the right track to a very long life. Why? Well, a body in motion is a body. Still has a lot left to give. And sign number 10, and then we'll call it a day for this presentation. Let's turn our attention to that litter box, shall we? This is somewhat of a get-off-my-lawn cat style. It's not uncommon for older cats to get into that litter box, do the job, and just leave. Yeah, what? I'm too old to cover that stuff up. Too old to care. Covering hurts my joints. Here again, big time get-off-my-lawn energy with this one. The positive spin, if your cat is, say, 13 or so and still makes an effort to cover waste, don't overlook the importance. This means that your cat still cares about hygiene and is still mentally focused on being tidy. One could even call it, let's say, work ethic. It's not uncommon for older cats to just throw up their paws and start neglecting things. Heck, even senior cats in fairly good health can become a bit aloof in this regard, but if your elderly Garfield is still covering up that waste, that's important. And it could be a sign that Father Time has been placed to the side, at least for a while. And with that, we're done. Here again, there are no guarantees, obviously, when it comes to this topic or topics of a similar nature. There is no fountain of youth that you can buy on Amazon for $49.95. However, as with our own health, we know all the things that we can do in order to improve our standard of living and standard of life, and We know all the positive signs that can point to a long and healthy life for us and our cats. And as I mentioned earlier, old cats, old people, many of the same things can happen, and lack of certain things could point to a bit of a turning back the clock type effort with the hopes of a long life. At any rate, I've rambled on quite long enough here. So what about your cat? Has your feline told Father Time to kick rocks? Let me know if your senior cat is still as spry and full of life as ever. I love to read about those positive stories. After all, we are Senior Cat Wellness. The comments section is now open for business. And once again, feel free to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel if this type of content is of interest to you. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.